Alright, folks, 1 second. Putting the Dockers anchor that I got from the channel back up. It just fell over just before I started. I'm just going to go over quickly now. I've said that I'm doing this live stream on Facebook and Twitter just to try and get more people joining the live streams. So if it's the first time you've ever watched one of my live streams, I hope you enjoy it. We're going to be going through, as the title says in the video, round 19, the fixtures in the AFL. Alright, mate. Richmond man, JD17. Good weekend for your mob, definitely. Alright, mate, how's it going, Ian? I'm good. So I'm going to go through all the games now that they've just finished. I'm not going to do a review in the car tomorrow. I might try and do some reactions to videos tomorrow. That's why I wasn't wanting to do any other stuff. It allows me to do this stream, go through the results and a couple of things that has happened over the weekend. Are you a Freo fan now? No, that's just something that I've got from a friend of mine now for the channel, and another gift which is a support to Crowball. These are channel gifts. I've got a couple of other things as well, AFL stuff. I will be eventually getting a place for it all to go, the Guernseys and stuff to go. There's a developing story for it that I'm not going to share with you just now until it's happened, in terms of merchandise, but I'll let you know as soon as I can. So thanks very much. If you're wanting to hear that story, do stick with the channel. You'll see what's happening. So Friday night, the only game on the Friday was Collingwood, Richmond, the Tigers. Going into this, Richmond had 4 wins and a loss, and Collingwood were off the back of, well, they'd only won 2 wins, had 2 wins out of 5, 3 losses, 2 wins, loss, win, loss, win. Hello, right, Leanne, how you going? Flash the mullet. The AFL mullet, I'm absolutely loving it. So that's stage 1. Obviously, the back's going to grow. I actually love it. AFL themed mullet. It's absolutely superb, by the way. I love it. I think it's totally freaking class. So Collingwood were beat, obviously, off Richmond. 32-point defeat as well. I was surprised at just how big a scoreline it ended up proving to be. That loss puts Collingwood into 6th in the ladder, and Richmond's managed to jump into 4th this weekend. It was at the MCG, so nobody really had. And may I show you something a little bit peculiar? I don't actually get videos or pictures through on this, so you'd have to show it on a different video or into the comments section after the video, so I won't be able to receive pictures or anything. I don't know what you're wanting to show either, so that sounds ominous. But anyway, 66-98, that's 5 straight wins now for Richmond, and Collingwood's now lost 2 in a row. They've actually lost the last 4 out, well, not the last 4, but lost 4 in 6 games. Collingwood's not looking good. They actually, I think they were missing about 4 or 5 players. One player that I always like watching, Grundy. I think he's absolutely exceptional footy player. De Goey, when he's on, he's unbelievable. When he's not on, you know, I think they rely heavily on him. Jaden Stevenson, you know, it's proven to be a huge problem for Collingwood, I think. And Pendlebury is absolutely ridiculously good. I think he is their best player right now. Him and Grundy are 2 of my favourite players there. There is a couple others that I could mention as well, but I won't go into it. And the reason being is because they lost the game and Richmond won. 5 straight wins now for Richmond. They are looking like the team with the ascendancy. They really look like they've got the form on their side. Them and the Lions, the 2 teams there, the Lions in the top 4, really looking promising. Bloody pies, I'm gutted. One and 50, 29. There's your number between 1 and 50, 29. Don't ask me why I picked that, just first number that came to my head. So, as I said, that loss puts Collingwood into 4th. They're still, no, 6th, sorry, 4th out to 6th, and Richmond's went from 5th to 4th. I like the way the Tigers are playing. They play a lovely handball game. It's smooth, it's lovely flowing. Dusty was absolutely sensational. Man of the match performance there by Dusty. Just as you need him to start getting good, he's starting to do it now. We're getting into the latter stages of the ladder before the knockouts. Before September comes, or wake me up when September ends, if you're a Collingwood fan. I think they're... It must be torture being them. It happens all the time. They seem to crumble at the business end. All right, okay. Go again. I'll do a different number. Right, I've got one. So on to the next one. Wrong number. Hawks versus Lions, University of Tasmania Stadium. The Hawks lost. Lions now with 6 straight wins, 68-7, 27-point victory. That drops the Hawks from 10th to 11th. But the Lions actually drop a place, but this is down to percentages with the Eagles. They're still very much in the mix there, but they went from 2nd to 3rd, and that's just down to percentages, same points overall. But that's the Hawks going from 3 straight wins now to a loss, so that's 3 wins and 3 losses in the last 6 games. But the Lions are on really, really solid. My man right now, Lachie Neale, has got to have one hand on that Brownlow medal. Seriously, I mean, the guy is an app. Put it this way, when Lachie Neale's playing, I don't know if you watched my review of this game, but when Lachie Neale's playing, opposing managers do not know how. No, I didn't. When he's playing, opposing managers really don't know how to handle him. If you look back to the Power game, the manager there, or the coach there, said, we are going all out to try and stop him. But bearing in mind, they've got so many other great players that can hurt you. And I think that's it. You stick or twist with this guy. Do you go and put all your efforts on to stopping him playing, and therefore run a risk of the other guys getting in and exploiting spaces and punishing you? I don't know how you deal with Lachie Neale, because if you don't put anybody on him, he runs the show. And that's exactly what happened. He was frighteningly good. I honestly believe that he's got one hand on the Brownlow medal, Donlow medal as well. There's another player that's got it as well, and I'll get to that as well. I think Lachie Neale was the second best player this weekend for me of the stuff I watched. Second to one man, and I will get to him. So anyway, Lions looking good. Really good. Do you know what? The only thing that will stop the Lions is the Lions. I think they need to believe in themselves now. And Tony, I'm saying nothing yet, mate. I'll get to it. Yeah. So the games have only finished. I'm going through them game by game. The one game that blew me away, JD17, you're all jumping on the bandwagon now with this one. So anyway, Hawks lost. I was quite happy to see it. I predicted the Lions, not because I didn't want the Hawks to win, but because I'm enjoying watching the Lions. I think they're a strong team. They're good about they're good. They play the way the game they want to play it. And do you know what? I think, as I say, the only thing stopping the Lions is self-belief now. They need to actually believe it. They've got an inexperienced side, really. That signing of Lachie Neale this year is arguably the best overall in the whole competition. Really impressed with him. Anyway, on to the Carlton Crows. Carlton were 16th. They remain 16th after their victory over the Crows. The Crows are going from bad to worse. They remain 8th. By the skin of their teeth, they're remaining 8th in that ladder. I don't think they'll make top 8 this year. In actual fact, I don't think any of the Adelaide sides are going to get in there. I think they're going to be leapfrogged. And I'll tell you the team who I think is going to leapfrog them. I did predict it last week of what I thought was going to happen. And it looks like it's happening. It's coming to fruition this week. It could have happened last week, but it never. Because St Kilda seen to that. There's my clue. Anyway, Carlton came up with a whopping win, 27-point win. I was actually quite chuffed with them. And the reason why I never told you is because of one man. Name me a better player in the AFL right now. And I'm talking leadership, everything, quality, disposals, tackles, marks, goals. He just has it all than Patrick Cripps. If he doesn't get the Brownlow medal, between him and Lachie Neale, I don't want to be the one deciding that. I'll tell you what, whoever gets the Brownlow medal might actually get the Donlow medal. I might end up having to overrule anybody, but we won't. I'm trying not to do that. I want everybody to put their vote in it, but I'll be stunned if people aren't voting these two guys as a neutral. They're phenomenal. Yeah, Tony, I mean, like, the Crows have got wonderful talent. I mean, they openly dropped Eddie Betts, didn't they? For a young boy, I can't remember what you call the young lad, the Indigenous player that took Eddie Betts' place, and he said, "I'm delighted to be dropped for him to get his chance." But it really doesn't look like a good decision after all. I mean, Carlton are on form. That's 3 wins in a row, 4 wins out of 6. So David Teague's turning them around, and again another team like they've lost Charlie Curnow to injury as well, and they're still managing to find a way to win. Credit to them. The Blues, obviously, they're never going to achieve anything this year as such. Although there's a lot of memes on AFL memes. Check them out on Instagram. He posted one of my videos the other day, and I owe him quite a bit for that. Really appreciate that. I mean, I need all the help I can get to grow on my channel in AFL as an outsider being Scottish. Not a lot of people knows my banter or know of my channel. It's going to take time to grow in Australia, and I really hope it does, because I'm trying my best to bring you as much quality content as I can. And AFL memes is helping me out there. He's a friend of mine now who is actually Adelaide Crows fan. I hope you're watching, mate. I don't know actually your name, but we have helped each other a couple of times. So AFL memes on Instagram. I believe he's on Facebook as well. So check out there. 200,000 followers now on Instagram. Absolutely amazing, and he actually is followed by Seven Sport and other players. I think Gary Ablett Jr.'s helped him. I seen Mitch Robinson congratulating them on getting their 200,000 followers on Instagram. So that's a huge achievement. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Really funny stuff. Loads of great videos. Loads of learning stories as well. Stories you can learn about as well through their channel. I thoroughly enjoy watching them. So that's AFL memes anyway. So his team did lose, the Crows, and I do think they're struggling. I honestly will be surprised if they hold on. The way they're going right now, they couldn't buy a goal, can they? The results are looking. It's the low scoring that they're doing as well. They're really struggling to score. I'm starting to fear for them. I don't think they're going to get top 8, but you never know. I don't know much about this sport. I'm learning as the weeks go on, but the way they're playing, you wouldn't bet on it. So on to one of the fantastic victories of the weekend. St Kilda, who are 14th, now find themselves in 13th. Could they maybe start to believe? 104-85 over Melbourne. Melbourne really are just starting to make up the numbers again, aren't they? That's 3 losses in a row for them. They're not playing great stuff. I know they got 85. It's not a bad scoreline. But St Kilda are really doing well with a new coach coming in. Obviously, he's only temporary. But that's 2 back-to-back wins. I predicted a kind of a lift with him coming in. I did think Bulldogs would beat them last week, and it never turned out. That was the one I was talking about when I said a victory that kind of upset the 8th spot. And that was the Bulldogs not winning last week with the Crows. They're really neck and neck right now. Percentages kind of upsetting that one there. But St Kilda are really doing well, aren't they? They're not going to get in the top 8, I don't think. But really, do you know what? That was at the Marvel Stadium. I'm quite happy with them. Don's cost. I know Dylan. Dylan's my man. He's doing the. Thanks very much, mate. I want to publicly thank him here. Dylan there is actually publicly donating $5. Well, betting me $5 on my prediction. So thanks very much. And he did have a bet that he lost a chance of 468. They were all in. All of his things were in. He needed the Dons to win by 15 plus points, and they never done it. And I looked at they were going to do it in the last couple of minutes, and I think the Suns get 2 goals back to back. But I will get to that down the list anyway. But the Dons did cost them, not the Dons channel, the Essendon Bombers. So unlucky there, mate. I was barracking for Dylan, but it never came through. And he was actually he says he was going to donate and that was out with my predictions. He was going to donate £50 to the Dons, or $50 to the Dons channel, which was a great gesture. So thanks again. So St Kilda getting the win, 104-85. That puts them into 13th, and Melbourne stay level on 17th. Dylan's team, Port Adelaide, the Power, really aren't going well. Dylan, mate, tell me what you think of your coach right now. As a neutral looking in and reading an awful lot, and I follow the Power quite a bit right now because I've got lots of people supporting the channel now that are Port Adelaide, and I actually like a lot of their players. I was really enjoying the footy they were playing for a while there, but like that's 3 losses in a row now. 4 losses out of 6. What do you think of the head coach's position? Do you think it's untenable? Do you think it's about time they start looking for a replacement? I don't like calling for anybody's head through a season, but I'll tell you what, the Power were looking good for top 8 there for a while, and it's going back bad to worse. The reason why I'm asking this question is because of the way he openly said about them targeting Lockie Neal so publicly, and for it not to work out. You've seen my video and what my opinion was on that to openly say that you're targeting Lockie Neal and for it not to work and not to change it rapidly shows me a level of ill intent. Dylan, mate, thank you very much. You already do too much, but do you know something? You are an absolute star man of the channel. Like, I swear to God, I really appreciate that. That is unbelievable. I didn't expect any. I was just doing my roundup because of the live stream. Thanks again, honestly, mate. $10. Thanks very much. I really, really appreciate it. As always, I'm still not used to getting these through. I really appreciate it, mate. Thank you. But if you could answer my question as well, what do you think about the coach? Do you think it's time to maybe look for a replacement? As I say, in my opinion, I don't like replacing coaches through a season, but it does look like Port aren't going to make top 8 this year when they look like they could have been actually pushing top 4, top 5 at one point. And he looks answerless, doesn't he? He really looks like he confused of what to do here now. But I hope the Power can bounce back. I didn't see them beating the Giants. I predicted a Giants win because the Giants obviously getting that great win last week against Collingwood. 2 wins in a row now for the Giants. They were going for a bad patch of 3 losses in a row. They've went from 6th to 5th. And the Power now find themselves in 10th after that loss. 3 losses in a row. It was only by a single point. 50, it's a sickening way to lose a game, isn't it? 55, 56. It's really, if I was a Power fan, I'd be disappointed. The Giants are a good side, but I'd be disappointed with the way they're going down. I mean, by a point there, it's low scoring though, isn't it? It's low scoring. Hinkley out, you say. He was great when he came in. The message is getting old now. Time for a change. I hate to say it. I'm starting to agree with that. I'm reading lots of that. Loads of people want the Power man out. I think it's maybe time for a fresh face to come in. I don't like saying that. I've said it already. You know my opinion on it. But I don't want to see the Power dropping so far down. They've been a team I've really enjoyed. They've got loads of players I like watching. Really quality players. But it doesn't seem to be turning around any time. Peter George, mate, thanks very much. Peter's one of my, well, he is my main patron on my patreon.com. I'm sending him a Glasgow Rangers Football Club jersey, the home top, 2019-20. It's actually been dispatched and it's coming to you within the next 2 weeks. I'm absolutely delighted about that. I've been able to send him a gift for becoming a huge patron of the channel, and he's a Port Adelaide fan as well. So, as I say, you guys, massive respect and gratitude to you for what you're doing for me and the channel. It will never be taken for granted. So the Power lost anyway. Disappointing for you guys. But as you say, Hinkley out. Maybe it is time for fresh faces. If you look at what's happening at St Kilda, David Teague there. North Melbourne were looking good with Shaw with a stand-in. Maybe a fresh face might give them that little lift. They need to maybe get them in a fighting chance of getting into the top 8. It's not without reach. I mean, 10th spot isn't that far away, is it? But the way the Bulldogs are playing, the Crows are there for the taking as well. There is another couple of teams. The North aren't too far away from it as well, but they look like they're struggling. Again, that's 3 losses in a row for North Melbourne, and this was a team I was enjoying watching because they've got loads of big players that can step up and do it on the day. And things were looking rosy, and this is what happens when a new coach comes in. You get that honeymoon period where everything looks great, and then when everybody starts saying, oh look, the North Melbourne, they're looking like a team that could go and actually do it, then they start losing. You're safer just not mentioning a thing, letting them steady the ship, putting smiles back on players' faces who are clearly unhappy in the dressing room. Maybe it's time for a change at Power though, as we say. But anyway, on to the first of the Sunday games. The Bulldogs, I said, they are a team. I'm not going to lie to you guys. They're a team I enjoy. It's because they've got a fighting spirit. They're tenacious. They're dogged. Pardon the pun. I always use that pun because I'm not very intelligent. And when I get a pun, I tend to stick with it. But they are dogged. They have got a fighting spirit. That's what I like about them. Naughton's goal today from the angle, a soccer goal. Do you know what? You had no right to score that. That shows you the quality in the man. But the quality they're starting to find in the forward 50 across the field, they're looking good. Bontempelli's sensational. English is another player I like. There's loads of players I like there at Bulldogs, and they're starting to grind the results out. I'm really impressed with them. That is 4 wins in 6. I know they lost last week to St Kilda. They found themselves in 9th place, just behind the Crows. And they are the team. They are the team I'm predicting to take it. I predicted it a week or two ago. I can't remember when I did the live stream, but I predicted Bulldogs to get into 8th. And see if they can get 8th. Could they start believing? Could they start believing? I don't know. The doggies. I like them, man. I like their attitude. They fight. Even if they go down, they fight. But they didn't just fight today. They absolutely smashed the Dockers. The anchor. The anchor. Goodbye. They were absolutely brilliant today, the Bulldogs. 113-66. I cannot believe that scoreline. That's a couple of times now the Dockers have been on the end of one. Obviously, in the RAC 50 derby. Do you know what? That's 5 losses out of 6 for the Dockers. That's incredible, considering. And Nat 5 coming back, I thought would have given them that little bit of a lift again. But no, they were absolutely demolished. I don't know what's going wrong there. I really don't. I think it's the coach. I'm going to call it. They're in the same situation as Port Adelaide right now with the coach. I think he's lost the plot. Do you know, I know what the frightening thing is for me. He's getting linked. The Dockers coach is actually getting linked with the other vacant jobs. What am I seeing here? I really can't get my head around this one. Anybody else think that's crazy? I don't. I think he looks lost when you see him up in the technical box. He looks slouched in his seat, like I am right now. Like he's answerless. He does not know how to change a game. When things are going wrong, he doesn't know. He's got no inspirational tactics to try and change it around during the match. When they're getting beat, you can guarantee they're going to get beat. They can't lift him. He doesn't know how to change it. I think he's lost the plot. I don't think he's good enough for the Dockers. And the reason why I'm saying that is, I know you do, Leanne. I know you do. I like the Bulldogs, as I say. That is an absolute demolition. They nearly scored twice the amount of, doubled the points of, just a little bit below that there, but that is an absolute mulky in there. They've mullered them today. Fantastic result. That's seen them at the 9th anyway, and Dockers have dropped from 11th to 12th. They're still not completely out of it, but they are, as far as I'm concerned, in terms of confidence. Obviously, they've absolutely no form or momentum on their side. They look clueless, and I think it's time to really look about again. Hinkley and your Dockers, man. I think a fresh change coming now could be the answer. Contradictory to what I'm saying of my feelings on what I think of coaches being replaced. But if you could change it right now, you might get that lift you need to get you into the top 8. That's the most important thing. Getting knockout footy can ultimately, knockout footy's everything, isn't it? And you do get a second chance as well, don't you? But anyway, Sydney Geelong. Hi from Melbourne, Mirror Girl Diane. How are you doing? You'll be disappointed, Collingwood fan. You'll be disappointed with your team over the weekend. It was an absolute demolition as far as I'm concerned. I wasn't surprised that they got beat. I was surprised at the scoreline though. I like Richmond, and do you want to know something? I think Richmond, West Coast Eagles got a fantastic victory as well, didn't they? Did I jump past them as well? I think I might have. Third to second, I actually think I went past. The Eagles won 121-72. I don't know if I've jumped that scoreline, but they've absolutely demolished North Melbourne there at the Optus Stadium. They're looking good anyway. Happy for Footscray. So we've got quite I see a theme going on here. Collingwood fans quite like Footscray, the Bulldogs. Interesting. That's two Collingwood supporters I've got that like the Bulldogs. So interesting fact that. But Sydney got a bit of a going over. They were doing well up until like the last couple of the second half really in this game. They've kept their place in top spot. Geelong, Glenn Cullinan. Very happy Statesman here, and you should be. Massive result. Two back-to-back wins with the new coach coming in, standing in because they're both feral teams. Harvester of Tone, you've got a way with words, and I absolutely love that. That was brilliant. Sydney getting beat. They stay in 15th spot. That's 4 losses in a row for the Swans. Geelong's form. One lost. They're going to lose top spot next week. Trust me. I think the percentages might prove otherwise. But points-wise, like there's so many teams lining up for it. You've got the Eagles. You've got the Lions coming in there. There's other teams like the Tigers. For me, who's playing the best footy in the top 4? It's probably the Tigers. The Lions are probably the most determined team. They need to believe in themselves. They need to believe they can do it. They do have a degree of inexperience to their team. They've never been here before. They're in uncharted waters, the Lions. So, as I said, they need to back themselves and believe they can do it. Richmond are far from crap, Leanne. I can't. That's 5 wins in a row. They're playing lovely footy. Most of their games are going to be at the MCG for the next few weeks, so they've got that to go in their favour. And as I say, players coming back. Mix that with the form they're in. Dusty's in form. So many players in form. Really looking good. Dusty haircut, Dave. I actually never meant my mullet to look more like Dusty, but it does. There you go. My AFL mullet is I fucking love the mullet, by the way. But anyway, right? And this is not going to be it's not a shock in terms of who won, but it's a shock in terms of scoreline. Last game of the weekend. The Gold Coast Suns. Going for the absolute world record of straight defeats. They've now equalled it. I think it's probably their own record, to be fair. Consecutive defeats. They've achieved it. They've not achieved in terms... They've equalled it. They've not surpassed it yet, but they've equalled the record of straight defeats. 96-106. Dylan, Essendon let your bet down for $486. I'm absolutely gutted for you, mate. At the Metricon here, that is now 5 wins in a row for the Bombers. The Bombers are looking good, to be fair, but they made hard work of this one, didn't they? The Suns, to end it right, do you know what? Getting over 100 points against the Suns is expected. But to concede 96 points against the Suns is absolutely woeful. You simply don't do that. Credit to the Suns for getting that. I mean, that last quarter, they got a right few goals. I mean, they had a couple of goal scorers there, I think, on 3 and 4 goals today. So congratulations to them for getting quite a high scoreline up. Commiserations for losing the game. But the Essendon, you've ground it out. Sometimes you need to be able to do that, especially when you're expected to go out and win. It's sometimes a pressure, isn't it? People go out and expect you to demolish these teams, and I think that pressure can get to teams. They were without Conor McKenna. I'm not going to say too much about that name, but that name actually means something to the Dons channel right now. If you can remember back to the Guernsey, there's something developing there, but when it actually does officially happen, it'll be unearthed on the Dons channel. So there you go. But anyway, that was all the wins. So the winners: Richmond, Lions, Carlton, Eagles, St Kilda, the Giants, the Bulldogs, Geelong, and Essendon. Congratulations to all you. 2 teams let my predictions down. Carlton getting the win and the Bulldogs getting a win. Why did I go against the Bulldogs? My intelligence should have said Bulldogs. I went my gut about the Dockers for Nat 5 coming back. Damn you, Dockers. Well done to the Bulldogs anyway. I'm quite happy for the Bulldogs there, and I'm happy for Carlton. I know Collingwood fans would be like, you're happy for Carlton? You make me sick. But seriously though, Carlton are starting to put some good run, a bit of a run together. They're playing nice footy. They're not going to get in the top 8. Let's not kid ourselves on here. All the memes about Carlton right now are fantastic. 3 games in a row and they think they're going to win the flag and everything. It's just good banter. But they're very much a team for next year, aren't they? I mean, there's so many players they're linked with right now. Tip and Whitty being one, Brad Hill being another from the Dockers, and the things that are going wrong at the Dockers right now. Who knows? By the way, who knows? That could be a fantastic signing for Carlton. They need experience in that team. They've got the young quality. Patrick Cripps. So, summarising all the wins. Any results shock you? Who was your best player over the weekend? My best player, our worst enemy. I know they are. The Blues will break your heart. Yeah, Harvester of Tone as a neutral on that one. Obviously not Collingwood tinted glasses here when it comes to Collingwood Carlton. I know there's a rivalry there. But if you were talking as a neutral, I'll give credit where it's due to Carlton, and indeed David Teague. I think he's doing a fantastic job. Bolton needed to probably go weeks ago, and we could possibly have been talking about knockouts. I don't know. Cripps by a mile. Thanks for that, Dylan, mate. I cannot argue with that. For me, right now, they're running away with it, these 2 guys. It's Lockie Neal and Cripps. It could have been, at one point, only Hinckley's destroying it. It could have been a couple of players there. There is rising stars, though, from Port Adelaide. I was going to say Travis Bulk. He's probably out of it now. Yeah, I think what's happening with Tip and Wooty is Tip and Wooty's maybe playing for an improved contract. I'm getting excited, that's why I'm shouting. Tip and Wooty's probably trying to play for...
Children think you're mental outside.
I'm mental. The children think I'm mental outside. I think it's the mullet.
I think it's not.
I think the mullet's making me crazy. No, I already was mad. But Tip and Wooty's probably trying to, as I say, improve his contract there at the Bombers. Leave it open for a better deal. Like, that uncertainty, what am I going to do? I don't think he'll leave. I think it's a perfect match for him there. And actually, people like him. His stats aren't wonderful, but he just gives you that little bit of excitement as a footy player. He's just got that little spark of excitement. Couple of players there. I should have wrote it down of who I really enjoyed there at the weekend on performance-wise. Papley was doing well today in the Swans game, which I enjoyed watching him. He's a good player. I've not got it in front of me. A couple of the young lads coming through, though, are absolutely brilliant. Like, Jared Cameron at the 2 Cameron boys. I know he's 25, Charlie Cameron at the Lions, but what a player he is. He gives you that little bit of excitement as well when he takes to the field. The goal from Naughton today was exceptional for the Bulldogs. Really enjoyed that. I'm not going to tip a winner. Overall, Richmond are looking good. Don't write them off. Essendon now with the 5 wins in a row. Looking good for them. Collingwood, you need to start getting your act together. They're missing a few players. It's not looking good. When those players come back, maybe in the knockouts they could do something. I don't know. The Giants have got themselves back up in the mix. West Coast Eagles are there and they're not going to go away. Geelong are looking... I can't get my head around them. Their players aren't doing it. I mean, Hawkins was good. The Fijian lad, Ratu Galea, I think he made a couple of marks and it got turned around for a free kick. I couldn't believe it. He was fantastic. The marks he made. He did kick a goal as well from what I watched. Hawkins is a good player for them. Patrick Dangerfield, he's good, isn't he? Obviously, Gary Ablett Jr. They've got a couple of young lads I like as well. But they're really not playing well. They're not ticking. West Coast could win it. They could win back-to-back premiership. There's no doubt about that. If I was going to put a gun to my head, I would say it's between them, and it contradicts what I'm saying about the Lions' run, but it'd probably be down to experience when it gets to the knockouts. If I was going to guess, providing whatever way they get drawn, whatever way it works out, it will be a West Coast Eagles, Richmond grand final. That's the way it's looking right now, but there's a lot of footy to play. Nick Nat being out, well, he might not be back in time, but look how well they're playing without him, which is incredible. There's so much quality in that forward line. Kennedy is darling, brilliant. So much quality, as I say. Young Jared Cameron as well. He's a great player, isn't he? There's so many players I like at that club. So anyway, so for rising stars, Sydney Stack's got to be up there with the best. Dursma at Port Adelaide was another one I had. There was somebody else I was going to put in there. Sam Walsh, that was it from Carlton. Sorry, my head went blank. There's so many players, young players coming through. I think in some respects the young players are better than the more senior players. They're playing with less fear. Mention for the Bulldogs fella. His dad played for the Bulldogs years ago, and he actually scored on his debut today. My head's went blank. Help me out with his name. Congratulations to him anyway, getting his debut and a goal for the club that his father played for the Bulldogs. So that's an excellent achievement. And he took the goal so well. Brilliant goal. Really, he looks like a warrior. His father was a biffer. He liked a bit of a scrap as well, from what I led to believe from years ago. Riley West. What was his dad's name? Sam West, was it? Was it Sam, his dad? But his dad was meant to be a feisty player, a bit of a fighter in there. And he looks like he likes that kind of side of the game, the tackles, the physical element to the game. Scott West, thanks, mate. So he looks like a player that I'll enjoy anyway. Give him another year, and if he's that sort of player, he could be maybe fighting Cunnington for the Don Father's roughest and toughest mongrel medal. So he looked good. Congratulations to him anyway, but honestly believe that there's a lot of younger players playing better footy than the senior players. But that's why I've picked the Tigers over the Lions, because they have got a little bit more senior players. And I think because of that, Lynch is a player I like for them up top. I think he's doing some damage as well. Really big target man, makes great marks. He's good in front of goal. He's good from set shots. Sydney Stack's frightening. Really enjoyable player. One player I really like for them as well, he does get mentioned quite a bit, but not enough, is Sad. He just makes things happen. He's brave. He's good on solo runs. He's got quality. I just think he's a complete player as well. They've just got Prestia, really good team to watch right now. Write them off at your peril. Surely Mitch Robinson is up there, and you know what? He was my second man of the match behind his captain yesterday. Two of them were outstanding. Disposals count, I think, was sitting at 32 for Mitch Robinson yesterday. He had so many tackles as well. He was just a strong performance. He's a great character. He does speak to the media an awful lot, but he's a really down-to-earth, sound guy. And he did give a shout-out to AFL memes on Instagram as well, so that shows you that he does like to communicate with the ordinary footy fans as well, which is great to see. Genuine footy man, genuine footy fan as well, and that's great to see. He does seem mad, and I think that's why he's not afraid to speak out in the media, particularly against Shocking Hawking, which was well warranted, by the way. He did retract it a little bit, apologise for his wording of it, but I wouldn't apologise. Get into Hawking, he's a dick. Hawking needs to lose his job. There's a man that I'll call for a head. That guy is an absolute tool. But good news developing on the tackling front. It will not be reviewed. Tackling will stay. They will not try to reduce the number of tackles. Whoever had that nosebleed there, as I say, Hawking, shocking Hawking, on your bike, son, beat it. You're out of a job soon, hopefully. And that other guy, Jill, he makes me sick when he talks as well. There's another one. Gillum, what's his name? I think he's number one. I think he could be the CEO. He seems out of touch with the real footy fans. Of course, he was behind the whole scandal as well with the security going up through and saying, "Oh, we weren't doing this. I don't know what you're talking about." Blah de blah. Hot air and piss coming out of these guys, but that's another story, isn't it? He needs to go for the thought. I agree. If you want to have your kids enjoying a sport, the tackling's one of the main things that they like. I know the youngsters don't play it on a tackling sense. It doesn't come in until about what, you're 11 or 12 years old, but that's what they aspire to get into, that side of the game. So it's between Mitch Robinson and Cunnington for the roughest and toughest mongrel medal. It definitely is, but I think Cunnington's definitely winning it. In terms of who's the better footy player, it's Mitch Robinson, without a doubt. But yeah, that's it. But my rising star, I don't know. There's so many youngsters coming through I'm enjoying, but there's not enough played loads of footy yet to probably stop the likes of Sydney Stack and Walshy at Carlton, and possibly Duursma at Port Adelaide. There's another one I really enjoy. A couple of like the Cameron as well. He's not played enough footy this year to probably get it, but definitely names to look out for next year. Really exciting times. Cripps for the Donlow, I would say, between him and Lockie Neal. Mason Cox out of the running. Mason Cox should be out of the running for the VFL. I don't even think he's good enough for them. He's horrendous footy player. McLachlan, that's the one. Oh, so you say it the other way around, but that's it. Rosie, Rising Stars, another one. Port Adelaide, of course. So, great weekend of footy anyway. I'm glad you've all joined in for the chat. I've really enjoyed reviewing. There's a bit of commotion in the background here. Send him back to America. I mean, possibly he's not cut out for it, is he? I don't think he's good for any AFL team, so what's the point of him staying playing state football or country football away down in the local footy leagues? I think he would get hammered down there. More physical. Now there's a temper tantrum. Calm down. Do you want to say hello here? You want to say hello? Right, stop crying. Stop crying. We're talking live. We're talking live. She was watching Mason Cox on Friday and still hasn't got over it. What do you think of Mason Cox? Do you like Mason Cox? You do like Mason Cox? She likes Mason Cox, but do you think he's a good footy player? Do you? It's like watching the Crows game. Oh no, mate. Oh dear. Oh my word. So I'm gonna have to go now if you're gonna cry like this, eh? Will I go? Will I say bye? No. You want to talk to people? Yeah. Right. Are you alright now? She woke up at 4:30 this morning and never went back to sleep. That's what it was, Leanne. That's your fault. You said send Mason Cox back to America, and that's what happened. She heard it in the back room. Do you think he should go back to America? You do think he should? Mason Cox? Do you like him? He should stay. No, he should go back to America. She likes him, but he should go back to America. Boss Baby has spoken. She's the boss for a reason. Get Hawking out, get Boss Baby in. You like the fights, don't you? Do you like the fights? Yeah, so do I. chucking a drink. I think I'm going to probably have to cut this stream to an end, but I'm glad I've got through all the games anyway. I'll do reactions tomorrow. I've got one. Leanne, you said something about Mirror Girl 10. Wow, thank you very much, Diane. Another $10. Dylan, daddy duties. My word, they're flying in these donations. Say thank you. Say thank you. That's because you've came in crying for daddy duties from Dylan. Thanks very much. That's $20, mate. That's far too much. And Diane, Mirror Girl, you've obviously always had a good part to play in our channel as well, but the donation means an awful lot. Thanks very much. That is really, really kind of you. I was saying about Leanne asked me to do the. I really, really appreciate these guys. Honestly, I always get lost for words, but you know I'm really grateful for donations.
That doesn't happen very often.
It doesn't happen very often that I get stuck for words. You know that by my live streams, but when this happens, it takes me back. Really, really nice. Don't worry about it, anybody who's saying things like that, Michael. Don't worry about that. I don't expect anybody to do anything of the sort, but when I get it, I really, really appreciate it. All funds are going into Love to Boss Baby. Say thank you, Diane. Thank you, Diane. Say it louder. Our mummy's name's Diane as well, isn't it? Diane. Leanne wants me to do a reaction to the video. Not Diane this time. Leanne wants me to do a reaction to why the Australian dollar changed the world or something. So you're getting loads of kisses and hugs from Diane. Say thank you. Thank you. Blow a kiss. Blow a kiss. Blow a kiss. Kiss. Blow. Good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl. She's calmed down now. You've calmed her down, Diane. All those donations are going to go into that other account for the Australian flights and stuff. I absolutely love that. It's really greatly appreciated. Dave, thanks very much for the hat there. Awesome. Mirror Girl, what was the radio station again? Just to remind other people, you mentioned to me they used to do the songs. I watched the songs. They were singing about the Hawthorn Hawks players years ago. There was one about what do you call him? The big Italian name that was at the Hawks with the moustache. I watched his one. I watched the songs. But it was that band that sang the songs there. Can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I watched them. They were really good. Aye, could have been champions. That's the one. Dipper could have been champions. They were brilliant. Loved them about the radio station. I don't know if you got speaking time. That would have been amazing. Really enjoyable stuff. Anyway, but I'm gonna get calling into these this live stream now, and to everyone who donated, Dylan, you know, man, that's a few now you've done, and obviously the other things you do as well, like putting the bet on my predictions for me, and obviously the other stuff as well, which I never mentioned before, but really, really appreciate it. Peter George, if you're still there, my patron on patreon.com. I hope you let me know when you get the Rangers jersey. Take a photo, and I want to put it up on my channel. I've sent him my Rangers jersey as a thank you. This season's official Rangers top football club in Scotland. That's soccer to you guys. To him as well for being a huge patron for the channel, as a way of saying thank you as well. And if you're still watching, thanks very much. And Diane as well, and Leanne for the other day, you donated as well, so that's absolutely outstanding. Thanks very much. Thanks very much everyone for tuning in and for all your continued support for the channel. I really, really do appreciate it. And it'll never be taken for granted. Good night everyone there. Peter George, yes, you're still watching. Just you hadn't mentioned a comment for a wee while there. Night all. Enjoy America, Diane, Mirror Girl. Enjoy it. I hope you have a good time there. Cheerio, Ken, and everyone else. Thanks again. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great working week. I hope it goes smoothly and quickly for you, because work sucks. And we'll stay tuned for more AFL reactions, reviews, etc. Breaking stories maybe as well. There might be some of them. I might do some of them as well. Jason doing quite a lot of political stuff there that I'm not going to mention out loud. So thanks, Michael. I really appreciate it. And if you want to check out any of my Instagram stuff as well, I do Instagram and Facebook and all the rest of it. Check that out because I do talk to people on them there. So if you want direct talking, I'm always available there as well, out with YouTube. So I will always try and get back to everyone, AFL-based conversations or other things as well. Doesn't need to necessarily be exclusive to that. AFL Table Talk. And I want to mention my mullet because I have got 2 sponsors for my mullet already. My mullet's going to get long at the back. Hashtag Leanne, Diane, Leanne and everyone, and Dave, everyone who knows about my mullet, Peter, Dylan, everyone. My wife actually cut it. My wife, so thanks very much to my wife who actually cut that. She's not a barber, she's actually a nurse. She's a community nurse by job. But she's actually done a cracking job of the mullet, so thanks to her. I am taking sponsorships for it. It is going to be in the description section below if you want to sponsor the mullet as well. It's just a bit of fun, and all proceeds, mullet mania, mullet madness. That's my hashtag, mullet madness. I like that. It is madness, but it is super cool. Bring back the mullet. Free the mullet. Hashtag free the mullet. Free the mullet. Let it loose. Let it loose in a house near you. Brilliant. Love it. I love the chat, mate. Everyone. I hope you're enjoying the mullet anyway. It's all fun and it is sponsors. All sponsors are going to growing the channel and getting the flights to Australia. And it's ticking along slowly but nicely, steadily. But the more you guys are helping, it's all getting there quicker. Thanks again, folks, for your continued support. And I am going to go this time. I do get talking again and I get sidetracked, but I'm going this time. Thanks, everyone. I love all the support. It's greatly appreciated. Goodbye.